Hey guys, the podcast episode you're about to listen to is an old one from a couple of months ago that we recorded, and it's been on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that for a while. It's just that we thought we'd move it all over to YouTube because that can help us grow a bit more and also give you another platform to listen to if this is where you like to listen to your podcast. Anyway, thanks for listening. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you'd like to be on a podcast episode in the future someday, just shoot me a message on TGT_gaming on Instagram, or the _split_decision on Instagram as well. Either one of those, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching.
Welcome everyone to the Split Decision, brought to you by TGT, which is us, Taku, Tom, George. Well, not in that order, but this is the first episode of our podcast. You know, first of many, hopefully. Where we debate on different sports such as basketball, soccer, AFL. You know, anything that we find interesting in sport. It's not going to be necessarily just a general podcast. It's going to be a sports-based podcast. So if you guys have any questions or have any good topics that you want us to debate, you know, send them in to Taku because he's the one that does all the behind the scenes for this. But without further ado, let's get George to open up the first segment. Today we're going to be talking about NBA.
Thank you very much, Tom. So the first segment is about Carmelo Anthony. So as you boys know, he's just made a comeback to Portland. He's been pretty good help for the Portland Trailblazers. He did win Conference Player of the Week, obviously in the Western Conference, which was a bit debatable because Harden and Doncic both had some really good weeks as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man, because I understand. He's a gun player. Like, he was good when he's younger, but I don't think he's done enough. I think it's the hype that he's come back that's really put him with Conference Player of the Week. Like, when has anyone ever won Conference Player of the Week with 22.3 points per game? You know what I mean?
No, but then it's also like you have to remember the NBA is all about stories. So it's like it's more about the storyline that it's produced. Like Melo coming back from a year away from basketball, and he's putting up 22 points a game at 35 years old, and
a decent field goal percentage as well.
And
it's not that bad.
Solid contributions to the Portland Trailblazers, something they really needed. So I think it's been really good. Obviously, this is the first time he's won it since 2014 with the Knicks. So yeah, it was really good. I was happy with it because no one really thinks about Conference Player of the Week. Like if you're really being annoyed about this, it's not nothing to pick at really.
I mean, you're really just hating on Melo. If you everyone loves actually, you know what? I hate Melo, to be honest. I don't hate him. I just dislike him after what he did to OKC last year. You know, he dismembered us. He 100% dismembered us. As soon as he left, bro, wins started coming on the trot. Not last year. Was it last year or the year before?
The year before, because he was at Houston last year.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look what happened to him at Houston, man. He got dropped because he was trash.
If you do look at him throughout that week, though, Portland was 3-0. So the wins mean everything in the end. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I gave it to him.
But look,
because I don't think that Dame was, I think, injured for half that.
I don't know.
He did have to come
Doncic, 41 points, 6 rebounds. Like, that was the win against the Rockets. And then he had 42, 9 and 11 in the win against the Spurs.
Jeez, 50% from the field, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was elite. But then obviously against the Clippers, he did only have 22 and 8, shooting 28% and was 0 from 8 from 3. So that was a very questionable performance.
Yeah,
so, I mean, so it's
0 and 8, I don't know. But
then look, I don't know, yeah.
It just doesn't scream positivity from it, you know what I mean? Going 0 and 8, it's just not it's not what I'd accept as a player of the week. I don't know. What do you think? Do you guys agree with him get player of the week?
No, yeah, I agree. I think it's a good story. It's a good story, I think. And the media doesn't even vote. It's inside NBA personnel that votes for player of the week.
And they know the most. People look at cunts like Skip Bayless. Yeah, people like Skip Bayless. Thinks he knows it all. The idiot. But really, it's those who are really inside of it that know the most. Skip Bayless is born you out.
Just because he tells you the truth about LeBron, all right?
No, I ain't having it.
You're already starting beef, bro. You want to make
if he wants the beef, I'm ready.
Now, but one more thing
topic
on
for
the
another
topic.
topic
Wait,
for
one
another
more
time.
thing on the Obviously, we had Harden averaging 42, 6, and 8 this week, and yet Luka averaging 35, 7, and 9 on the week. Obviously, though, that's like vastly better than what Melo had.
Of course
But
it is.
Yeah, but then I think personally, when I saw that, I was happy for him because like the narrative that like NBA teams and the media started creating around Melo, that he was a bad locker room guy, that he couldn't get you like what you need. Like he can easily get you 16 to 20 points per game.
Yeah, well, look
Easy.
at what he did at
Easy.
Denver and New York before like he got traded. You know.
Yeah, it was a beast.
Yeah, and that's something that every team could use a guy like that. Obviously, his defense is a bit suspect at times, and he can that could be a point of attack for teams. But then Melo, that 20 points could be, and that veteran presence in the locker room as well, is you can't overlook that. So I'm truly happy for Melo.
What if he went to the Lakers?
I'm glad he's back.
What if he went to the Lakers? Do you reckon it'd be the same story? Or do you reckon he would have just been overpowered by the sheer presence of LeBron and AD?
Yeah, he wouldn't have had as much of an opportunity.
Because there's no star power. Obviously you got Dame on the Portland and CJ McCollum's not there anymore. He's no.
No, CJ's there.
He's there. Has he played?
Yeah.
Was he playing?
Yeah,
he hasn't had an amazing season.
Yeah, he hasn't had an amazing
season. He hasn't had a good start.
There's no real star power. Like there's no an AD is like a huge difference on a team. That takes your team from like 42 and whatever it is to like at least a 60 win. I reckon he's an extra 18 wins by himself. Look what he did for
what's going to happen this year.
18 wins. Ooh.
18. Bro, of course he can, man. Are you seeing how AD is balling out right now?
That's what's going to happen this year.
You reckon Lakers are going to be a 60-win team?
Of course they are.
Bro,
Unless there's injuries. Unless there's bad injuries.
I know LeBron and AD said they want to play every game, but I think realistically they need a load.
I mean, they're already 20-3.
Fuck load management.
22 games.
Sorry, go, George. Go.
Oh, well, 22 games. More than 22 games you need to lose to not hit 60.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I don't say that.
They've only lost 3. So
bro, they lost to the Mavs, which was, they played bad. That was a good game, but I reckon the Lakers played bad that night. That was like one of their worst nights. That was their worst night. And if that's their worst night, I hate to see them on if that's their worst night, I'd hate to see them on their best night.
That's shit. Yeah.
Because they tore Dallas a new one. No offense to Dallas fans, but not Dallas. What's the name? Denver. Yeah, was it Denver? That they destroyed.
Lakers killed Denver, and then they killed
Davis
Utah
just locked up Jokic.
Oh, that was elite.
That was elite, bro.
Defensive player of the year, maybe.
Actually, on that, just quickly, there's talk about Jokic getting up there for MVP. What are your thoughts on that?
No way.
Nah, not this year.
Way.
Not this year.
He's
year. Been a bit, this year.
He's been up and down. Remember at the start of the year, he started really shaky, and then I was like, obviously he was first team All NBA last year. I could still argue that. I don't think he was the best center in the league. I don't think he was better than Joel Embiid.
Nah.
But then,
no.
that's a debate for another day.
Joel Embiid, I don't know. He's been pretty average this year as well.
No, last year. I don't think Jokic was better than Joel Embiid. But then I think I'm a bit biased. I just don't like Nikola Jokic at all. I just don't like him.
Oh, I wonder why.
Why? Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah, because he hit that mad shot against the Timberwolves there.
Bro, Cat is better than Jokic. Don't even.
Oh my god, get off it, bro.
Oh,
Cat,
come on.
Nah, it's true.
Nah, this year he's playing better.
Cat is an above average player. Cat is an above average player.
Okay, nah, I'm not.
He's not amazing, bro. He's not great. He's not great. He's above average.
Top two, the best two centers in the league are Joel Embiid and Carmelo Anthony. Yes. What do you mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Who else?
I couldn't say top two. Steven Adams.
Oh my! Get out!
Leave, bro. Just leave it. Leave.
Just leave.
Fucking Steve.
Are you serious with Steve? Bro, don't ever disrespect Steven Adams.
Don't you dare put
the Kiwi god. Bro, I will say it till I die. Steven Adams will become an immortal at Oklahoma for the rest of his life.
Nah, but look. Anthony Davis is a power forward. He likes to.
He doesn't play the 5.
He plays more power forward than center.
You know what?
So Anthony Davis and Giannis are the two best power forwards.
I would come close to saying Dwight Howard would be one of the best centers this year.
I will kill you right
All right,
now.
Next segment.
Let's move on. Dwight Howard's on a non-guaranteed contract. Oh my god.
No. Hold on. What do you mean? Dwight Howard has been playing well this year.
No, but he's on a non-guaranteed
In limited
contract.
minutes, he's playing
well.
well. In limited minutes.
Yep.
And he's not even starting. What do you mean he's
Bro,
better than Cat?
he's been like from the bench. He's tearing it up though. He's not the best. So
I'll
rephrase.
Very
what
efficient.
I'll rephrase what I meant to say. He's not the best in the league, but like he's very good for what he's.
He's been playing.
I think he's only averaging like 7.7 rebounds in like 20-something minutes.
But his defense, and his
his defense is lethal.
3-time defensive player of the year in a row back in the day.
Back in
was that
Orlando?
They got him, Danny Green, LeBron's made a lot of all defensive teams. Anthony Davis.
Do you reckon DeMarcus Cousins will make a difference? Oh, the Twin Towers back. I keep forgetting the Twin Towers back together. Yeah.
He's not. I don't think he'll make it back because he had a tour.
I really like how he's gone every game though, and like support. Everyone always like clowns.
I like that.
I reckon he'll retire.
I
don't reckon he'll stay.
Nah, he'll come back.
I feel bad for him, bro. Like he was legit. Like 2-3 years ago, he was legit.
He was undeniably the best center. Like he was dropping 50. He dropped 52. He dropped like 52.
Oh my god. At the Kings, he was
killing.
It was disgusting.
It was disgusting what he did at the Kings.
Oh my
Such a
god.
bad
It was like. I loved him. Like legit. I remember 2K17. I got drafted to the Kings. me and Boogie killing it. And then even when he went to the Pelicans before he got injured, the second he hit the Pelicans, him and AD were killing it. And that like they were playing so good. They were gonna make the playoffs again. Then he got injured.
Yeah.
Actually, I genuinely felt bad for him.
Well, to conclude that,
hopefully,
I reckon. So yeah. So what we're saying is Melo wouldn't get time at the Lakers. But someone that
he would.
He wouldn't be as good. He wouldn't be as good.
Because who's the backup? Who's the backup small forward for the Lakers right now?
Kuzma, pretty much.
Kuzma, yeah.
He's
playing fucking. He's had a bit of a.
He's alright. He's slow.
It's been up and down.
He had a rocky start.
But he's really
come back from that injury. But he's
really improved his three ball as well.
So Taki, you still reckon Melo should have gotten his Player of the Week?
I think so. Like these sort of awards, they don't mean anything to James Harden and Luka. Luka won Player of the Month. Like Player of the Month is better than Player of the Week. Like just sort of have Melo. Let Melo.
Yeah, what about George?
Like not like let Melo have this. Like he earned it. 3-0, averaging 22, 7 and 2. Like that's still a good week. So I think so. Yeah.
What about you, George?
Yeah, give it to him because they did go 3-0 as well. So.
Yeah, well,
it's a bit of a storyline as well.
You can't give it to James Harden every single week. You know, he's on fire every week.
Them, honestly.
Speaking of James Harden, right? As we know, the Rockets lost to the Spurs was it double overtime? Yeah, double overtime. 135 to 133. And there was a controversial play where, if you guys don't know, Harden dunks it, but it kind of loops under the net and bounces out of the rim. So, like, it went in, but then it went back around and it bounces out of the rim. Where the refs didn't actually pay the points. And the 2 points basically cost them another overtime or the win, potentially.
They cost it because it was 7 minutes left in regulation. Rockets were up by 13 at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would have put them up by 15 with 7 minutes left.
Exactly. So, like, what do you think should have happened this? Well, the Rockets they've put in an official. Was it a complaint? What do they call it? Not a complaint.
It's like it's sort of like a complaint because they're saying
just to say why.
They're saying we should have won. Yeah, they're saying like we should have.
Do you think there should be justice for the Rockets?
No.
What happened?
You all know why?
Why?
They were up 15.
Why? Right.
They had such a big lead. It's their fault for blowing. You can't blame one player.
Up by 13. You can't blame.
It's their fault for choking the lead.
Yeah,
you know.
I completely agree with George. Like, obviously, no.
Yeah, go.
So the thing is, I don't blame the Rockets for complaining because this is a tight Western Conference. A win like this win could mean the difference between having home court to not having home court to not making the playoffs drastically. But obviously.
Relax.
But obviously, the Rockets stay up. Obviously, the Rockets are too good not to make the playoff, but wins like these are crucial. Like these little wins are like what you need. So I don't like blame them for like complaining, but at the same time, you can't complain after being up 13, saying these 2 points are the reason why you lost.
Yes.
So like
yeah.
I don't think they should be awarded the win.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because if you're that good of a team, you shouldn't be blowing it like that. And I don't know, maybe did that shift the momentum? It may have shifted the momentum, or at least kind of triggered it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
LeBron had a similar play a few years ago.
Yeah.
In Miami,
I was just thinking that as well.
Against the
and they didn't call it. I don't think they called the bucket as well. So I think things like that just happen. And you know, what do you do? Doesn't have
To be fair though, the refs didn't allow Mike D'Antoni to challenge the play.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think
apparently it was 30-second window to challenge. I didn't even know this. There's a 30-second window for you to challenge a play. And
but
since
he
the
called a
Rockets spent so
timeout.
long complaining about it,
He called a timeout, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you meant to call
it.
You have to
If
leave
you
with the
call a
timeout or something.
if you call a timeout, shouldn't you review it during the timeout though, regardless if they make a complaint or not?
The refs should have reviewed that because there was a play a couple years ago where the same thing happened to Manu Ginobili. Like the three went in, but they didn't count it. But then they at the next timeout they reviewed it and then counted the three. Like this, Mike D'Antoni shouldn't have to challenge this. The refs should have automatically. First of all, how do you miss something so blatant? Like it's a dunk. Like how do you think he missed? Even then, like.
Yeah.
You should automatically have to review stuff like
they're
that.
human.
So, like, that's just a blown
I know they're human, but surely there's the procedure from the NBA that says refs should review a decision that's like there should be a procedure for controversial decisions that the ref. Like I know they do it during the finals. Someone like foot like scrapes the line, they call it. Like they always review everything so analytically, like when it's a finals game. Why do they do it for every game? Like I know they don't want to drag on the game, but they should review every game equally. They shouldn't just be like, oh, it's the finals, review this game extra like carefully. Like just because it's a home and away game doesn't mean like it should be treated any different from a normal game. They should have still given it the equal opportunity that it would have been in the finals, because that's literally cost them the whatever they're defending would have cost them how they're up by 15, but that could have cost them the game depending on the momentum. I didn't watch the game, but their momentum, how the players were feeling, who was on the court, who was off the court, it just affects everything. That was probably a game-winning basket that wasn't called.
Nah, but then to be fair, if you look at the game, James Harden had two opportunities to in regulation, he had the chance to ice the game, missed, and then he had a chance to win the game, got blocked, and then in overtime he had a chance to win the game again, missed, and then in double overtime, he had a chance before DeMar DeRozan hit the two free throws that won them the game. He had a chance to get a layup to win the game, and he missed. James Harden that game just had a terrible shooting night. He shot him and Russ combined for missing 50 shots.
Yeah.
And obviously with two players like Russ and Harden, you're gonna have nights like this where you're just not hitting shots. But then I don't think they should. The Rockets are talking about replaying the last 8 minutes or them being given.
They don't deserve a win. They don't deserve
They don't deserve it. If
anything, they split the points. If anything, they split points. Both teams get how many points do you get for a win again?
It's just a win. They can't.
Oh shit, bro! I'm thinking of soccer for some reason. I reckon they just label it a draw. Or something,
just leave it as it is.
Give the Spurs. Leave it as it is. Bro, are you going to take away Lonnie Walker's 19 points?
Exactly. They're the ones for blowing the lead.
Bro, if that was the Timberwolves, you would be in an uproar there, Tucker.
But I wouldn't be replaying the game. I'd be upset. I'd be like, bro. But then I'd be like, all right,
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Anyway, so keeping on James Harden, right? Talking about player of the week and stuff. Player of the month. Let's talk about that. Who have you guys got?
Oh,
I think
got to go. Giannis is the second best player in the NBA right now. The way he's playing, it's unbelievable. And the thing is, he's gotten better from last year.
Wait, who do you think's the best?
Oh, Bradley Beal. Who do you reckon?
Bro, LeBron's not the best player in the NBA.
I can make an argument that Giannis is the best player right now in the NBA.
I could make
I think the fact that the Bucks are doing so well as well. It's
yeah.
Well, it's only off an absolute beast. He's an animal.
The back of Giannis' success.
And then today, Bucks absolutely murdered the Clippers.
That was
119 and 91.
So Kawhi, the apparent best player in the world, shoots 35%
50 at some point? They were up by 50 or something?
Not 50.
I don't think it was that big. It wasn't that big.
I was watching something when he. Oh no, sorry. Someone scored 50 points. Who was it?
Giannis scored 50 against the Jazz.
Yeah.
And in that month, 14 rebounds, 6 assists.
Shit.
So that was a good game. Giannis was dominant. But then obviously this month, Giannis averaged 31, 13, and 6 with 1.5 steals per game and 17 wins and 3 losses.
19
double-doubles.
19 double-doubles.
And I remember
crazy, man.
He could have had 20. I forget what game it was. There was a game where he had 27-9. I think it was against the Knicks, but he sat out the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So he could have easily gone in. So even then, so Giannis, I think right now, hands down, is the best player in the NBA.
If I was a gambling man, I'd actually back Giannis to win MVP this year again.
He would win it. He's gonna win it.
I think it's his it's the problem is obviously the East. The East is really weak, but then I don't want to diminish what he's doing. Like what he's doing is
unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
I mean, like the thing is, he needs to show in the playoffs. So that's why I still think LeBron's the best player in the league because he's going to show up in the playoffs. I know Giannis has, but he hasn't since he's young. I don't know. I just still feel like LeBron just has that extra level which he brings in the playoffs that we haven't even seen in the regular season yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know Giannis obviously has that extra level as well, but Giannis still number 2.
I reckon Giannis can. He can still go up. There's
he's only 20,
he's
still
still
25
got another
today.
level to play at.
Only
But
he's
only
crazy,
25. Yeah. He's going to be a 2-time MVP almost. Well, most likely only 25.
Most likely at 25.
That's crazy.
That's disgusting.
But you know what I'm happy about? I'm happy that obviously this offseason we saw all the videos, Ben Simmons shooting threes. He's only shot one at least I've seen it. He's only shot one proper three. Obviously he takes his half court heaves at the end of buzzers, but he's only really shot one proper three this season. Giannis has his games where he shoots 1 from 6 and he's upset. Obviously he still has his games where he misses free throws, but he doesn't let that get him down.
Exactly.
He comes back and he keeps shooting those threes because he knows he trusts the work that he puts in. And it's mental.
Yeah.
And he's better than Simmons at threes anyway. He's actually a decent jump shooter.
Yeah, exactly.
People think can't.
He's actually got a good jump shot.
Shoot.
I reckon if he worked on his jump shot even more, because defenders give him so much space, on defense, when he's on offense, they just give him so much space. And if he just worked on that jump shot and made it automatic, I know it's not gonna be like Kobe, where if he gets the tiniest bit of space, he's lethal, But even if he just got that jump shot, kind of like a Tony Parker or Manu Ginobili or something.
Yeah, just make it reliable. Make it reliable. But then I think even now, and it's so good because they step off of him and he will shoot, and because if they try and close him out, he's blown by them, and he's dunking on 2 people every time. He's legit a baby Shaq. You can't once he gets in the paint, you're not.
You say he's dunked today on Who was it on?
That was that was crazy.
Was it Mo Harkless?
I think so.
Zubac.
Yeah, Zubac. He absolutely destroyed him. What a beast!
It was a murder.
All the Lakers need to be complete is Zubac.
He was actually a beast.
I think they traded Zubac, bro. Who did they trade him for?
Fucking what's his name? Bro, it doesn't matter. They got Alex Caruso, the bald goat.
Caruso's actually, the bald eagle.
He's actually good. He's not even that bad.
Yeah, he's more than a meme. People just like him for a meme. He's actually a very good player.
Yeah, people like him for the meme. He's a
very good role player for the Lakers.
That's what's crazy. That's what's actually crazy.
And then LeBron, him and LeBron's chemistry is actually
great.
It's so cute. It's because LeBron plays into the meme.
LeBron loves it, bro. It's actually hype.
LeBron loves the media hype. Ever since the Taco Tuesday thing, bro. That was.
I didn't love it.
Taco Tuesday was so funny.
Anyway, keep it on track.
So we have Luka.
Keep it on track.
So then obviously, we have Giannis. Luka was a bit more controversial. He averaged pretty much 30, 10, and 10 with 1.4 steals and a 12-6 win-loss this month. His best performance coming in, 42 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists against the where the Dallas Mavericks needed every single one of those points. And he joins Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook as the only players in NBA history to average a 30-point triple-double in a calendar month. That's
pretty good. I mean, the difference between Russ and Doncic is that Doncic is 20. He's living in his prime, and he's doing what prime Russ was doing. I love Russ. OKC fan. He was a gun for us, but this is uncomparable what Doncic is doing.
Because he's shooting 50% from the field compared to Russ.
In saying that, though, I just want to say, yeah, I know. Shut the fuck up. In saying that, Doncic has been playing professional since
he was like 13.
Yeah, since he was like 13.
Do you know how much that helps?
In Spain and shit. Yeah, that changes the
I think
game.
it's grown men when you're 13,
and
14.
your league that's the second best league in the world, and he's been playing against them. And he was like the best player when he got drafted. He was the best player in the EuroLeague when
he won like MVP, didn't he? And then Finals MVP.
Look, if I was an up and coming young basketballer, right, and I knew I had potential to be like the next LeBron almost, I wouldn't even bother going to college. You know, I'd go to the Europe League. I reckon.
College is a joke.
Yeah, you don't get paid. You get nothing.
What they did to James Wiseman, like we'll get into that. We'll get into that another episode. But what they did to James Wiseman was an absolute joke, and that's why I don't mess with the NCAA. Like honestly,
I don't even mess with college basketball anymore.
They ride on the backs of their college athletes that bring in millions of dollars to these programs like Duke and that. And then when these kids need money because they're not making any money whatsoever, the NCAA bans them. But like that's what's making them money. Like
exactly,
it's
that's how they get. That's
so
physically how they
do
get.
that.
Ever since Zion blew up, you know, Zion kind of changed the way that the NCAA runs. I reckon.
Yeah, because like such a big figure like him should be getting paid. Think about it, and even not much, but like something small.
He's supposed to be the next LeBron, you know.
Because remember when he blew out his shoe against North Carolina, and then everyone was like, imagine if that was a career-ending injury, and he didn't even get paid.
And he was so famous, like did everything, gets like nothing,
and and the tickets like $10,000. Like President Obama was.
So who gets the money? Who gets the money?
When Obama shows up to a game, that's when you know.
What do they spend it on?
Facilities.
Facilities.
Paying Coach K, bro.
No, he does have a massive contract.
Next, all right, just for the people tuning in, right? Taku's put down Jimmy Butler.
Oh my god!
Player of the month.
And then you look at his stats, bro.
It's just a joke, bro.
Are you alright?
No, because I was reading about it.
19 points a game.
Bro, he's only
19 points per
6
game.
and 6. That's trash.
I was reading this article and people were saying, and this guy was saying that Jimmy Butler was a finalist for Player of the Month.
Oh, okay.
No,
and I was like, really?
Honestly, it doesn't show his defense. I mean, it has 2.4 steals, but his other defensive presence. That's big as well.
Yeah, he actually is a defense. He's a defensive presence on the field, but he would not be in contention in my eyes for any award so far.
Well,
he hasn't blown.
I just want to put LeBron there.
I know it sounds dumb, but I haven't seen any media. There's no media presence about Jimmy anymore.
And Miami,
he's kind of dipped, hasn't he?
Because even that he's dipped. The whole of Miami's just dipped. Yeah, ever since Wade left, it's been dead.
Bro, last year was so sad, man. When
that was an chat.
And Dirk.
And Dirk.
Don't disrespect Dirk.
Don't disrespect Dirk. Don't even disrespect Dirk.
Racist.
He beat the goat.
Just last thing on Luka. Obviously, Luka is the youngest ever to win Western Conference Player of the Month at 20 years old in 10 months. I thought that was pretty interesting.
That's
the youngest.
Stat.
Yeah, a little.
That is
the youngest ever. Just a little footnote.
Well, this is who I think definitely should win Player of the Month. In my, I've got a few people that I think are MVP contention, but right now he's probably second. He's probably second up there. James Harden. I know we keep on harping on about him, but this man is doing unbelievable things. He's turning the game on its head. He's putting up Wilt's numbers in present times, just so we can understand this. Wilt Chamberlain was playing against plumbers and stuff. James Harden's playing against professional NBA players who train to be killers.
Way to downplay Wilt the Chamberlain.
It's true though. He's playing against
it's not even Wilt trained hard, right? But who was he playing? Fucking Bob Cousy.
Bob Petit.
Bro, don't diss my man's Bob.
Bob McAdoo.
Bob McAdoo. Get out of here. Anyway, so that's what's standing about him.
I don't like
he's doing these numbers. I know numbers aren't everything, but he's doing these numbers against actual NBA players, not as here and there. He's putting up consistently 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60s get sprinkled in here and there. But Kobe's numbers in the present day, I'm saying he's as good as Kobe, but
more efficient than Kobe as well.
Exactly, and more threes.
But then you can debate that. But then look, that performance against the Spurs, he was shooting.
But every shooter's gonna have a bad game.
Well, look at Curry.
It's going to happen.
Obviously. Curry
but
has had.
I don't like to hate against Harden. He's a very good player.
Hold on.
Obviously, James Harden was averaging 39, 6, and 8. 39, 6, and 8, 1.7 steals, and 13 wins and 6 losses for the month. Obviously, there was a big uproar when Luka won because people thought James Harden had a better month than Luka. James Harden won 2 Players of the Week. Luka only won 1. So you're obviously thinking James Harden should have won. So then, in his best performance coming in that 60 points in 3 quarters. With the plus minus of 50.
That's crazy. That's
shooting 66%
James Harden
from the field.
Plus minus.
Jeez.
James
Plus
Harden.
minus of 50. That's
mental.
mental.
57 from
who was
3.
who do you think? Who was the last person that's ever put up a plus minus of 50 consistently?
Who knows?
Oh no,
That
it's
can't
not
happen.
consistently. It's not consistently. Sorry. Anyway,
But still, for someone to do that, like,
the last
never happens.
person that I can remember putting up James Harden's numbers was Kobe in, I think it was his 09, in 08, when he hit when he made 60 points. Yeah. Was it 60 or 50? Like
he had
4 games in a row.
Games with like 50 points.
Yeah, that's
it was 50
that's the last
points
person I can remember that had like a sort of streak that was putting James Harden up.
But
even then,
back-to-back
yeah,
seasons.
Exactly.
Remember last season and then this season.
Exactly.
Again.
That's what's crazy about it. That's why he should be. I hate to harp on about it, but he is literally the MVP candidate. Like, he's consistently good all over. Like, he's, you know,
I don't think
Giannis,
so.
yeah, but
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Giannis
he's been top 2.
Giannis does bring a lot of rebounds.
But the thing is,
he can be Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Nah, not defensive.
I'm not downplaying what James Harden does whatsoever. But like, I was watching that game. Obviously, I watch a lot of Timberwolves games. You guys
Obviously
work that out now.
Talking to Timberwolves fans,
I don't like just watch. Like, I'm watching James Harden. Like, I'm not like. Well, I just like don't. I applaud it. Like, it's beautiful what he's doing. I just don't enjoy. I don't enjoy watching.
Oh, he's not a fun player to watch.
ISOing up top for 20 seconds, then doing a step back 3 or drawing a foul. It's like he's not going to say manipulated the game, but he's figured out a way to like use the rules to his favor and dominate the way he's doing, and that's absolutely brilliant. But then from a fan's perspective, and like I sort of get where people come from when they say, "Oh, like it's unwarranted as well." Yeah. James Harden is dominant, and he does what he needs to do to get wins. But then I don't. Like, personally, I just don't enjoy watching it because it's not a fun style of basketball.
But it gets his team's wins and it helps him play well. Yeah.
He's not entertaining, but you know who is very entertaining to watch? LeBron James. And we saw in the Jazz game, right? Kyle Kuzma gets a block, I'm pretty sure, right? And the Jazz bench is celebrating. Now, LeBron had
the Lakers bench.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
The
Jazz bench. They're loving it. Imagine the Jazz bench celebrating a block on themselves. Like, Kuzma, you got it. Anyway, so the Lakers were loving it, to say the least, And LeBron gets in the court, he starts dancing. He had no shoes on, but that's because he gave his shoes to a young girl, right? Is it? If I'm correct, a young girl or boy?
Yeah, young boy and a young girl.
Young person of non-defined gender, because you know what?
Can't be
2019 be like. Anyway, and the broadcasters start to go off at them. So I'll read out a couple of things. I'll read out a couple of things right here. So they say here, that's some disrespect right there. Please, this isn't playground ball. Like, what are you trying to say, man? Relax.
Like, you know what? They were just salty. That's why they call it
salty.
Yeah, they're just upset that they're down. Like,
they were getting spanked that game, bro. They were getting killed.
Bro, this isn't the first time LeBron's disrespected the opposition. We've seen it so many times. 2017
against
the bottle flips.
Cavs.
Yeah, that was so funny. I don't even care, bro, that it was disrespectful. It was so funny.
Facts.
I like to see NBA players have fun. There's nothing more you like to see than
play 2 games. You have some fun.
It humanizes them,
Exactly.
Yeah, I think like I've been like George. Like, I used to not really like LeBron, but over the last couple of years, I just enjoy the fun he has in the court. Like,
you gotta love it.
Like, did you see today when he bumped into that
and he hugged her,
lady, and he hugged her? Like, that's just I just love seeing that human side of NBA players, because most of the time we only see them on TV, then we start giving them these alternate personalities, oh, I bet LeBron's a bad guy. I bet,
he's more than just a player.
He's but he's
more than an athlete.
What he said, he's more than an athlete.
Bro, I hate 2K.
Way to sneak into his plug.
That's not the playground, but you can assume what. Wait, what is it saying? That's not the playground, but you can think what you. That's not the playground.
You can think what you want.
You can think what you want.
You know what's surprising about
But like
this?
this is
This is the first LeBron's first win against Utah since 2010. So
Yeah.
it's.
But then remember, he was in the East. He was in the East, so it'd be like he'd be splitting the
but
series.
still, like he'd be playing 2 games a year against them.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
But this is the first win in Utah, not against Utah.
In Utah.
I mean, he did play. He did play at the Cavs.
Yeah, he was.
We forget that his star player next to him was Kevin Love, bro. And Tristan Thompson, bro. Imagine sitting there and having to get up in the morning, and Tristan Thompson is your teammate, and you're the best player in the world.
He's actually playing right.
Is your third best player?
He's the best player in a shit team, bro. That's like saying Russell Westbrook was good at OKC 3 years ago.
Don't sleep on Colin Sexton, Darius Garland,
shut
Kevin
up,
Jr.
bro. That's like saying Russell Westbrook was good.
Kevin Love.
Like 3 years ago, before PG and Carmelo, and after KD left. Who was he playing with? Someone tell me who he was playing with.
And it's Kanter.
And that man broke his wrist hitting a chair. That's all I have to say.
Andre Roberson.
Just hitting a chair.
Don't sleep on Andre Roberson. The sharpshooter.
Don't even get me started, bro. That is disgusting. He was trash.
He hasn't played in like 2 years.
Roberson would not shoot better than me. I refuse to admit that Roberson would shoot better than me.
He probably would.
That man single-handedly built Auschwitz with his jump shot. The amount of bricks he was putting up.
Sorry to all the Jewish listeners.
I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. That kid was he is terrible. He has to be the third worst player of all time.
All right. Let's move on.
Obviously, I just want to say, this is like, the Jazz announcers, if they're so mad, bro, don't get blown out once.
Yeah, don't be trash.
Exactly.
Don't be trash.
Tell Donovan Mitchell to put up more points. Then you'll be right.
Spider Mitch. Shut up, please.
He's very good, though. I like
bro, imagine waking up in him, Spider Mitch. Loser.
Oh, he's still an NBA player.
Don't clown Donovan Mitchell. All right, he'll be on the podcast soon.
Bro, we don't need him. We got Harry.
He'll be like, ayo, this guy.
We got Harry Jones. Wait,
you can't give me a guess. You can't give me a guess.
Lewis Leeds coming soon.
But them real celebrities.
Tom Paragalli video coming soon.
That's never coming. That was a little something. You know, I thought it was pretty funny. The Jazz announcers are getting pretty frustrated at LeBron. I want to ask you guys one thing before we get on to our next little segment. So we got obviously the Bucks and the Clippers was a 119-91 game. Do you think does this show, because the Bucks are currently 20-3 on I think it was a 14-game win streak now? Are we seeing the very best of the Bucks, or do you think
there's more to come?
More to come.
I think they're coming out the East. 100% they're coming out the East. Because Philly have no shooting. Celtics, they don't really have a good center. Toronto don't have enough star power. I don't know why they do it in Brogdon though. That would have been if they had Brogdon.
Philly
definitely coming out the East.
Philly getting rid of JJ Redick was probably one of the biggest mistakes in the trade period.
He would have been so good on this end.
Definitely. He left the free agency.
He is such a good shooter. It's mind-boggling. To be honest.
I would understand if they didn't re-sign if they kept Jimmy Butler.
But Jimmy did want to leave.
Jimmy didn't want to stay there though. He didn't want to stay there.
Yeah, he wanted to leave.
No, Jimmy was gonna. No, apparently it was like internal affairs with the organization that made him wanted to leave. They weren't gonna offer him.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next.
Yeah, and then obviously. Yeah, and then one more, and then you've got the Lakers beating. These were both on ESPN today. And then the Lakers obviously killing the Trailblazers 136-113, but Rodney Hood left early in the game with a torn. Was it an ACL or Achilles?
Prayers up to Rodney Hood.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
And the thing he's a good
bloke.
Well.
He's underrated. He's so underrated.
He's a very good player.
I remember that game against the Denver Nuggets last year, the playoffs, when like 3-4 overtimes in Rodney Hood hit that clutch shot to pretty much ice the game.
He's a
give Blazers the win.
Also, do you guys know Gerald? Where's Gerald Green these days? Does he still play?
Is he still in the Rockets?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Does he still play?
He's on the Rockets. He's on the Rockets.
Remember he had the Rockets hair? Yeah, like, did his
that was wavy.
That was so cool.
That was hot.
I've just started pulling at this. Anyway.
Oh, I think he is on the Rockets. I think he's injured at the moment.
I haven't seen him all right.
I hate to see it.
All right, so our next segment. So Andre Iguodala, we haven't seen him all season. You know, he hasn't been playing for the Grizzlies because he got traded there, and they said they won't buy him out. The only way he leaves if a team trades for him. Obviously, you've got the Lakers and Clippers that could use his services on the defensive
That
end.
can't trade for him, though.
No.
Who? The Lakers can't.
Yeah, they're kind of
who are they gonna like give? Maybe
But they obviously
KCP,
can't.
but yeah.
Half the league's locked up until the 15th of December because like 40% of the league sign new contracts or something. So on the 15th of December, that's when like you'll see trade frenzies going around. But I think I got one here of a likely destination is the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
I've got Memphis getting Courtney Lee, a 2026 round pick from the Golden State Warriors, and Dallas receive Andre Iguodala, and they could trade him off if they want to get a piece.
Would you want to see Dudley and KCP go for Iguodala?
I would like to see KCP go for JJ Redick if they could.
They wouldn't do that unless
if somehow the Lakers could pull. If somehow Lakers could pull that heist.
KCP, I know people like to clown KCP, but he actually hasn't been that bad this year. He's had games where he's played pretty good.
He started bad.
And he's a good defender as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's been that
started bad, but he's picked up. Like
facts. People clown him, but he's actually doing pretty well. Yeah. And he's a perfect role for them. You know, plays a perfect role.
You can't minimize what JJ Redick does.
Yeah, but the defense. KCP has the defense.
That's true, but then that spacing, that off, like that three, like the stuff that he could do with LeBron, like my mind is just like.
Yeah, but the thing is with KCP, he's actually starting. He's pretty much the starting small forward for that team
until Avery
Bradley comes back. Yeah, but like that, you know, he's a defender, and you know, in the starting five, you know, Lakers obviously want defenders because that's how they play with the defense.
Yeah, that's how.
So I'd keep him, but I see why JJ would be good as well.
Now, there's another trade rumor going around. Orlando Magic and the San Antonio Spurs. Marco Bellinelli, DeMar DeRozan, and Brian Forbes for Aminu Gordon and Mo Bamba.
Ooh. Nah, I wouldn't do it if I'm the Magic. Gordon.
But if you're the Magic, you wouldn't do it.
Nah, because Gordon and Bamba, they're too valuable.
Bamba's going to develop into a good player. But the Spurs, I know the Spurs aren't typically known for doing mid-season trades, but they need to shake something up because this little rift they're in, and if they keep falling down this hole, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, now on to the final segment for this end of year award.
Oh, where's mine?
Predictions. Yeah, well, because
we told you to put you in to put it in.
I'll say it. I'll know what I'm saying.
We'll start from it. We'll go one by one.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about MVP. Then we'll have a little discussion. And
all right, sounds good.
All right. So MVP, George, you go first. Who is your MVP? Who is going to be the MVP by the end of the 2020 season?
I want to say LeBron, but I think it's going to be Giannis. I think he's going back to back. Yeah. What he's doing, and he's going to keep improving. So, I don't know. I'll say Giannis. Give it to him.
All right, Para.
Oh, we're going round. My MVP is going to be LeBron this year.
You reckon? I've got to agree with George. I think Giannis is going to win MVP.
It shouldn't be called the MVP. It's just we should give the best player in the league. Because LeBron is the best player in the league.
Oh.
Any team he joins, star team. Besides last year, he had a trash team. He had Lonzo last year. That just sums it up.
Lonzo had a good game a couple of days ago.
Yeah, Lonzo had 20 and 10. Right.
Give me this Lonzo is good, all right? Trash. I don't want to hear
I like Lonzo.
Okay, look.
He's coming on the podcast. Give him respect.
All right, now, ready? I'm just saying, okay, so Giannis, last year was averaging 27. This year is averaging 31 points per game.
Yeah.
He's averaging more assists per game and more rebounds per game as well.
Yeah, because his game keeps developing. He's still young. Yeah.
And he's averaging more threes per game as well. At a better effective field goal percentage.
LeBron's LeBron, though.
I don't know. I think the only reason Giannis would lose would be voters' fatigue. They don't want to give the same guy back-to-back MVP.
Yeah, well, they didn't do it for us.
True.
They didn't do it for us. So well.
Yeah, Russ was trash.
But then Russ, the second season, didn't deserve MVP because OKC didn't have a good record.
I don't know. Rookie of the year.
Okay, rookie of the year. George, who do you think is rookie of the year?
I'll say Ja Morant. But Eric Pascal, or however you say it, has had a very good look. I know he's getting more of an opportunity because there's no one else in Golden State, but he's playing very well.
Even Kendrick Nunn.
Nunn as well. Nunn's kind of slowed down from the start, but he's still balling, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he's balling.
Yeah. I'm going to go for Ben Simmons.
That is the oldest joke. If you still do that, you're sad. You are a saddo if you still make that joke. All right? Are we in 2017?
Bro, I don't give a shit, bro. Ben Simmons is goated. Nah, I reckon Kobe White will be expecting.
He's playing pretty shit. He hasn't been very good.
Kobe White had a couple good games, but I haven't heard of him.
Back into the year, he's going to pop out of nowhere.
That is a dark horse ending. I will give you money if Kobe White wins MVP.
What's his sports bet odds? Someone check. I'm putting them on there. I'll trust you, pal.
I'm checking his stats. I'm checking. Bro, Kobe White is averaging 12 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Bro, that's
I'm 36. I'm 36% shooting.
Yeah, it's not very good, is it?
Player of the year, George?
What was that, sorry? Oh, over to me. Well, Anthony, I'm going to go with Anthony Davis. He's been amazing defensively. And the thing is with him, like, offensively, he's just been average Anthony Davis, but defensively, he's just picked up his game, especially under Frank Vogel. He's been averaging close to 3. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know he's averaging close to 3 blocks a game. And obviously, he's a good perimeter defender, can guard 1 through 5. So, yeah, I'm going with him. Him or Marcus Smart as well. Don't sleep on Marcus Smart.
What about you, Taku?
Anthony Davis right now is averaging 2.7 blocks per game.
Yeah, so we've all said Anthony Davis. Fair enough.
Yeah, Coach, I've said Anthony Davis as my defensive player of the year.
The year, George?
For defensive player of the year?
No, coach of the
year. Frank Vogel. At the moment, it looks like it because the Lakers are going to have the best record.
Yeah,
and he's been good as well, just in general as a coach.
And his schemes, his defensive schemes have really
changed
the whole defensive.
Taku?
I've got Frank Vogel as my coach of the year.
Yeah, I got LeBron. Bro, he might as well be the coach.
He's coached every team he's played for, really.
Hi, Luke, bro. Don't disrespect.
All right. Now, I think this is going to be interesting. I think we're going to have different answers, but
both ways.
Most improved.
Bro,
by the way,
just so the people know, we can all see what we've said except for George's because George didn't type his up.
I didn't know where to type it up. No one told me.
Yeah, you can see who really listens this podcast and who's lacking.
Oh, don't say that. Come on. Come on.
Anyway, so
MIP. By the way, Brandon Ingram was at $15 for most improved, and I did not put money on him. So
I put money on him last year when he was $47.
47. Is that another lie from you, or is that?
No, like as in last 18-19 season, not the 19.
Fair enough. 47. Yeah, he was at 15. But I'm gonna say Ingram, but do you know how Siakam? He's a chance of winning it 2 years in a row.
I said that
2 years in a row.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
He's gone from 16 points a game to 26, 27. Has he?
Yeah.
Well, they don't normally. He's an MVP candidate. They don't normally give most improved back-to-back.
Yeah, when you go from an averagely a borderline all-star to MVP candidate, it's what Giannis did a few years ago, and he won most improved.
Yeah,
but he didn't win it back. Remember, Giannis won most improved because he started averaging 18. Then I think he averaged 26 the following.
Yeah, true. But he was still a good player. Yeah, I don't know. The same as Siakam.
Brandon Ingram. Yeah, Brandon Ingram's having a career high in points. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
What? Oh. Brandon Ingram's having a career high in points, blocks, assists, rebounds. So he's and other stuff as well. Just I can't be bothered reading it. But yeah, so he's I had Brandon Ingram as well, George. I also had Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins, green bean.
I know what you're gonna say. I know it's really biased that I'm saying Andrew Wiggins, but hear me out. It's because I watch a lot of Timberwolves games that I see this. Just obviously he's having career highs in points, assists, and rebounds and all that. But then just his style of play and his motor has just shifted drastically from when Tom Thibodeau was there and to when Ron Saunders has been here. And remember, I said that to you. I said Get Tom Thibodeau out, get Jimmy Butler out, and you're going to see a different Andrew Wiggins, and that's what we've been seeing.
Different Cat as well.
Like, and Cat as well.
Too.
Cat is legit. Cat is like a top 10 MVP candidate, and Wiggins can genuinely be, I reckon, top 3 most improved candidate as well.
I've gone for dark horse. I've gone for Zach LaVine. I don't know. I like his style of play this year. I like what he's doing on the court.
Zach LaVine's been good.
Yeah,
he's been alright.
I've gone for a lot of dark horses here, to be honest. Because, you know. Alright, finals and... Wait, George, have we said yours?
Yeah, I said mine.
Yeah, George said Brandon Ingram.
Alright, so finals and finals MVP.
So finals,
yeah.
I'm going to say...
Like, what's your finals matchup?
Finals matchup. I'm gonna say Lakers Bucks, because I definitely have Bucks come out the East. And then I'm not too sure about the West. Like, I can't say the Clippers putting a lot of trouble in, but from what I've seen from the Lakers, I'm saying them. I'm gonna say Lakers in 6, and LeBron is the finals MVP.
Dude just stole my. Dude just read my answers, bro. Who are you?
I didn't know. I swear to God. I swear I didn't know the look at yours. I swear to God. That's the sort of thing. We just think a lot. That's exactly what I think.
Would you like to share your own individual opinion on what you think?
He can say in his voice will be different, right?
I wanna say one thing. I think Christmas Day is going to be very telling, because this is going to be the first time we're seeing the Lakers.
He'll sit out.
This is going to be the first time we're seeing the Lakers and the Clippers. No, because there's normally never a Christmas Eve game. There's only Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So he'll be rested. If he sits out, I'll be really mad. If he sits out, I'll feel robbed. But this is going to be the first time we're going to see a full pretty much a full Clippers lineup and pretty much a full Lakers lineup. I don't know when Avery Bradley is coming back, but he's not like a drastic piece that will tip the scales. But I think right now I've got Lakers going, but depending on how Christmas Day goes, I could be swayed the Clippers' direction. The only reason why I have Lakers right now is because I don't see the Clippers having an answer for Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
whatsoever. Like, who's guarding him? Like, Kawhi or PG can't guard Anthony Davis.
Zubac is not going to guard him.
Kawhi might. You'd be surprised.
Zubac is barbecue chicken for Anthony Davis every day of the week.
Barbecue chicken alert.
And then my finals matchup is Lakers Bucks. Also, I want to see Bucks and 76ers, because I think if Bucks can figure out a way to if 76ers can figure out a way to unlock Tobias Harris,
he hasn't been that good.
That could be another story as well. So those are sort of like what I'm waiting to see. But then I've got Bucks making it out at the moment because they've just been so dominant.
Yeah.
So I've got Lakers and Bucks, and I've got Lakers in 6 with LeBron winning finals.
Yeah,
MVP.
just steal mine. That's fine.
So you got Lakers in 6. Who's FM MVP?
LeBron.
All right. Who else?
I have
Anthony Davis. Teddy Green.
He was going to win in like 2013. You know, he was a chance. Yeah, when the Heat beat the Spurs.
Oh, hey, he was
born.
All right, yeah, Para. All right, let's see what does my man's Para have.
I've got the Lakers and Clippers in the West, with the Lakers making it through. But I've gone for a switch up. I reckon it will be the Raptors versus Bucks, and the Raptors will make it through. To be honest,
I can see that happening. Yeah,
see that happen. I can see the like stage right from the the Bucks in the conference finals, and the Raptors making it through.
Because that happened
last year. Kind of the shutdown.
YCP does turn it on when he has to, and Kyle Lowry. Stage right,
but then
he'll turn up. Fred VanVleet steps up very well. It's just they haven't got that star power like Kawhi last year that was hitting those game-winning shots, like literally shots.
Well, then I think we'll talk about this next episode, but I have been seeing rumors of DeMar DeRozan potentially going back.
Who would they trade though?
And that could be I would love that.
He's good. I think the contract might work. I'm not sure.
Obviously, we'll go into it next episode. But
anyway.
last thing I just want to say is Raptors. I think Raptors will be interesting to see because I don't know.
They have the experience. That's the thing.
In 4 AD as the Finals MVP. That's my conclusion. Lakers in 4. Doesn't matter who they play. They'll clean sweep.
Ooh, I hope so.
I
really hope so. And LeBron will be the GOAT.
LeBron will be, if he wins in a clean sweep against anyone, he'll be established as the GOAT.
Easy. Like,
I think if he wins the Lakers MVP, if he leagues as a Laker and he wins Finals MVP, he'll have to be the guy.
So that's right, Skip Bayless.
That's me saying that. That's me. If you know me, you know. I don't. Say
Anyway,
that.
So,
guys, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning into our very first episode of the podcast of the Split Decision. Make sure you check out our Instagram, TGT. Is it TGT?
We actually don't know.
On Instagram. I don't know. I don't remember our Instagram. And make sure you follow the Twitter. We'll give you updates on next podcast episodes and guests and stuff like that. And tweet us or Instagram DM us on questions you might have. Or if you would like to join the podcast, we'd
special guest.
Be more than happy to have fans join the podcast.
We do have Twitter. We got
everything.
That's
right.
We have Twitter. We have a Twitter. And we have a Facebook. Add us friends on Facebook. But thank you. This was so much fun. I can't wait for the next episode. George and Para, you wanna any final words?
Just keep listening to our stuff. This is our first time, so we may seem a little bit inexperienced, but if we get more organized, it'll keep getting better. So yeah, thanks so much for listening, guys. Appreciate it.
Nom 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 delicioso. Fuck Skip Bayless.
Yeah, fuck Skip Bayless. Exactly.
One more thing, guys. Make sure you share with your friends and leave a rating on this podcast so that this can get out to more people. We'd really appreciate it. But anyway, thanks so much and tune in next week. Peace.